Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today we are tackling a huge question, one I know is on a ton of your minds. You've got these incredible AI tools, right? Things like ChatGPT and Gemini that can spit out code in seconds. So, is it even worth it anymore to learn a language like Python from scratch? It's a big deal, so let's dive right in and figure this out.
And look, it's a completely fair question. Why would you spend months, maybe even years, getting good at something that an AI seems to do instantly? It feels like you're learning to drive a car when self-driving cars are already here. So that's the big challenge we're going to break down today.
So let's just put the big question right there on the screen. You can literally go to an AI tool, type in what you want, and boom, it gives you a chunk of Python code. It feels like magic. So, have we finally reached that point where learning the language itself is, obsolete? Well, let's find out.
On the surface, this looks like a fair fight. One side has AI, this brilliant code generator, and on the other, you've got Python, this powerful language that actually runs on your computer. But here's the key. The real difference isn't what they can write, it's what they can actually do. They might seem similar, but trust me, they are worlds apart in what they can accomplish.
Okay, enough talk, enough theory. Let's put this to a real, practical test. We're going to give an AI tool and a Python script the exact same set of instructions for some real-world tasks and just see what happens.
Let's start with something incredibly basic, a task that's like Programming 101. We're just going to ask them to create a simple text file on our own computer. Nothing fancy, just a file named demo.txt with the message, "Hi, I am Swati," inside it. It's a fundamental operation, right?
So we asked the AI, and here's what it says. And what's so interesting here is how honest the AI is. It literally tells you, I can give you the code to create the file, but I can't actually hand you the file. It's stuck. It's inside the browser, and it can't reach out and touch your computer's files.
Now, let's switch over to Python. We run just two super simple lines of code. This is inside something called a Jupyter Notebook, which basically lets you run little bits of code one at a time. So we run it, we check our folder, and boom, there it is, the file demo.txt with our message sitting right inside. See the difference? Python didn't just give us the instructions, it actually went and did the work.
And this, right here, perfectly sums up the core difference. The AI gives you the recipe, but Python actually bakes the cake. One is just theoretical knowledge, the other is real-world, hands-on execution.
Okay, round two. Let's kick it up a notch with a much more common and complex task. We're going to go to a website that's full of book listings, and the goal is to download the image for every single book cover. This is called web scraping, and it's a huge deal in the world of data science.
So we ask ChatGPT for help, and you're probably sensing a pattern here. Again, it's super helpful at generating the Python script for you to do the job, but it hits that exact same wall. It says right there, it can't actually go to the website or pull the media content itself. It's a great assistant, but it can't perform the task.
And what happens when we take that script and run it in Python? Well, it works flawlessly. It goes to the website, it finds every single image, and it downloads them all into a new folder right on our computer. We can open that folder and see every book cover, all scraped and saved. That is the power of execution.
So we've seen what happens. Now let's dig into the why. Why exactly is Python able to do all these real-world things while these super smart AI tools can't? Well, it all comes down to one word: access.
This table really breaks it down perfectly. The AI tools are basically sandboxed. They're stuck in a secure digital box and have no direct access to your computer's operating system, your files, or your hardware. But Python? It runs directly on your machine. It has the keys to the kingdom. It can run system commands, create and delete files, and even use your camera or microphone if you tell it to. It has real control.
And who relies on this kind of power? Just about every tech giant you've ever heard of. Google, Netflix, YouTube, Amazon, they all run on Python. But here's the kicker, the real mic drop moment. Python is so essential that it's the language used to build a lot of the very AI tools we're talking about right now. Python is the foundation they're built on.
And a big reason why it's so foundational is this. It's incredibly powerful, but it's also remarkably simple. Just look at this. To print Hello World in a language like Java, you need all this complicated syntax and multiple lines. In Python, it's one simple, intuitive line of code. This simplicity is why it's the absolute go-to for everything from building websites to creating artificial intelligence.
Okay, so Python is powerful, it's simple, it's essential. That's all great, but what does that actually mean for you? Well, let's talk about the incredible career opportunities that this one skill can unlock. Learning Python isn't just a hobby. It's a direct ticket to some of the coolest, most in-demand jobs in the entire tech industry. Think about it. Roles like an AI engineer, where you're using Python to build the next generation of smart tools, or a data scientist, using it to uncover hidden secrets in massive amounts of data. All of these jobs have Python listed as a core must-have skill.
And let's be real for a second. These aren't just exciting jobs, they're incredibly well paid. Just look at these salary ranges. We're talking about roles like AI and machine learning engineer pulling in some really significant figures. Learning this one skill directly opens the door to some of the most lucrative careers you can find anywhere.
So by now you might be thinking, okay, I'm sold, this sounds amazing, but getting started feels really complicated and intimidating. Well, the great news is it's actually simpler today than it has ever been before. You don't have to go hunting around the internet, installing a dozen different confusing things. All you need is one free application called Anaconda Navigator. Seriously, think of it like your ultimate starter pack. It bundles Python, Jupyter Notebooks, and all the critical data science tools into one simple visual application. No command line stuff, just clicking buttons.
So what does it actually take to start your journey? It's just 3 easy steps. Number 1, download the free Anaconda Navigator. 2, open the app and just click the launch button for Jupyter Notebook. And 3, that's it. You're ready to go. You can literally start writing your first line of Python code right then and there. It's that straightforward.
So, after all of that, let's go back to our big question. Is Python still worth learning? The answer is a resounding yes. Absolutely. Here's the final takeaway I want you to remember. AI gives you code, Python gives you control. Think of AI as your amazing co-pilot that helps you write code faster and better. But Python is the engine. It's what gives you the power to actually build, create, and make things happen. There has never been a better time to start building.